And we're following Foreign Minister Wang Yi's tour of Africa very closely. In our studios now, we have Dr. Robert Kagiri. He's a Director of Policy at the Africa Policy Institute to help us discuss this further. Dr. Kagiri, thank you. How does Africa, though, stand to gain from this cooperation with China, which has been described as a win-win cooperation?
The main gains that Africa is getting right now from our cooperation has been at the infrastructure level. China has been a critical part of the AU's ambition to connect Africa, especially through rail. So they've been very involved in, just the other day, the Ethiopia-Djibouti railway line was completed. In Kenya, the SGR, standard gauge railway, is near completion. So they've played a critical role in infrastructure development. They've also played a critical role in skills transfer, even in some of these projects where they have been training our own local people to take up some of the tasks, the general tasks that are going to keep some of this infrastructure running, putting them up and keeping them running. And they have also played a role in helping develop peaceful development in Africa, in conflict-torn Africa. And part of this has been can be seen from the first military base that China has opened in Djibouti, in the port of Djibouti.
You've mentioned the issue of skills transfer, though. In terms of skills transfer and technology transfer, yes, how can Africa, though, what can they learn from China in this area of skills transfer, in this area of technology transfer, to help them develop their nations?
I spoke about the infrastructure development. The next logical step after this will be moving from just infrastructure development to manufacturing. And if they can help in setting manufacturing bases in Africa that can be the basis of forming global standard products to be exported to the rest of the world, that process would help in transferring some of the skills that they do have right now to the local people. We are also seeing a lot of relationships building between think tanks and education institutions from China and Africa. The Africa Policy Institute itself has already established good relationships with the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences and the Shanghai Institute of International Affairs to engage in knowledge transfer through colloquiums, exchanges, and conferences at the academic level.
Now, industrialization is one of the key areas where China is currently focusing in its bid to assist Africa develop. African countries are also talking about industrialization, but we're yet to see the implementation phase of that. How is that going to move forward?
The main thing is, first of all, to establish good linkages. And like I've said, infrastructure has been the first step, the first pillar. The next pillar will be the identification of areas in which to set up factories and upscaling our own skills that allow the Chinese to feel confident enough to move some of their factories to Africa, and for them to recognize that this is a good springboard for them to reach the rest of the world. So that is where we are now heading toward. Also, because of the connections that are being done in terms of communication, road and rail transport, Africa has been opened up to the Middle East and Far East in terms of markets that they can reach. So African products can go there using Chinese skills and development if it's set up as a base for manufacturing. So that's the next logical step.
Right. Dr. Robert Kagiri, Director of Policy at the Africa Policy Institute. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me
on Africa Live.